Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a plan with me in my Hobonichi Weeks sneaker mega. This leather cover is from Harmony B, and this is my sneaker mega for 2022. Let me just take it out of the cover so we can get started. This is last week. I'll link that video down below. And now I'm prepping my pages. This is the Lit Lab Bloomin' Tray, and this is my pencil case. I'll be using quite a few pens today, and I'll talk more about them later as I use them. I'm also using this 2021 Hobonichi Weeks to lay under the left page so that it's easier for me to line it. So here I'm making 2 columns for the left page using my Papermate Flare, and this is going to be my schedule section, and I'm just following the lines of the Hobonichi. This is going to be the same for the weekend, and now we have clear and defined lines. I'm also using the uniliner for my interior lines, and I'm splitting the right column into 2. Right down the middle, I'm going through the line twice because the pen that I'm using is 005. It is quite thin. For the weekends, I have a skinnier top section compared with the one below it. So this is the difference between the weekdays and the weekends. I also have a red highlighter, and this is from Born. This is water-based, so it works very well with the Hobonichi. And if you use it carefully, it wouldn't bleed through. I have another black Tombow brush pen, and this is the hard tip, and I'm just writing over the red highlight so that I can see it more clearly. I have the overview as well as the schedule on the left page. I'm also going to draw symbols using my Papermate, and I'm drawing the sun at the top and the moon at the bottom section for all of the daily sections. Here I'm using my uni pen once again for drawing the rays of the sun so that it's nice and thin. For the sun, it means AM and afternoon, and for the moon, it means my schedule for tonight. I'm going to be doing a little bit more highlights on the page so that I have them down there already. I have my Tombow brush pen to write over the red highlight. So I wrote down schedule as well as whole day events. So it can also hold meetings, appointments, and any timed event. Now let's move on to the right page. I'm going to be using my ruler and just deepen the lines that are already on the right page. And I'm lining also 1 grid away from the line that I just made. So I've made a skinny column of just 1 grid, and now I'm extending the daily sections of the left page onto the right. So this is what we have so far, and I'm just going to go ahead and write the header for this section. And then for the skinny column, I'm going to go ahead and write all the numbers 1 through 3. You can write up until 6 for each day. And I'm going to write something on the bottom bar itself. And I'm making a little box under the to-do column. And I'm going to fill that in using the same uni liner. And this is the legend for work, no spend, as well as something else. And those will be my vertical trackers, 1 number per habit. And now I'm moving on to that empty section on the right page. And I just highlighted using the red pen, and now I'm doing it again with the black Papermate Flare. And now I'm using once again the Tombow pen to write over my highlight, and I am doing this in a very me kind of way. So this is the way that I write my headers if I'm doing it in cursive. And I'm also writing next week at the bottom. There's always a place for that in my planner. Then at the very bottom, on the bottom bar itself, I have a little favorites little box so that I can write down any favorites that I have for the week. Some happy thoughts. Didn't hurt anyone. And this is what we have so far. Let me show you a close-up. So you have seen this in the last video that I posted in my planning session, and now I've taken my fountain pen and I'm going to write on the Tomorrow River paper itself. So here I'm just planning projects because I have quite a few, and I'm also filling in some of the information here. We have a midweek holiday, which is quite rare. We usually move the holidays to either the Monday or the Friday. Well, I think it's the Monday. That's how it goes. I'm going to the theater with my husband. It's going to be our first time here in Brisbane to go to the theater. I'm very glad that they are already open. I had to actually move that appointment from 2 weeks ago to this week. So weekends are usually for YouTube, and I do have quite a few things planned. I also always list this week's priorities, and I also have my current projects, which I mentioned. There are going to be 3, I think, this week. You can also use focus as a header, but I think that priorities will also just do the trick. I always have a space for brain dump because that is the purpose of my planners, is to keep the information from my head down onto paper so it doesn't live in my head, as that causes a lot of anxiety for me. I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but if you do, this is the way that I do it. I just write everything down. And this is the completed page. It looks quite nice. I am very happy with the way that it turned out. Now I'm going to put all the pens back into my pencil case, and I'm going to put the book dart back onto the page. That's to keep the pencil board in its place as well, and put the Hobonichi Weeks back into the cover that I have. I'm going to switch out of this quite soon because we are not going anywhere because we are work from home right now while my university is. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.